Okay, anyways, on this. So, like I said, if you really think about it, you have a magnetic and electric field that have been resonating with each other throughout the center, which is the green mark, that's Earth. Now, if you use it as a way of, let's say, a flying saucer and turn you over, this is north. Like, true north. We're like tilted and kind of weeble wobble, right? We know that. We know that much at least. So, if you use it, like you would have to use it as a flying saucer. Why? Because you have to have a true north point all the way through the whole sphere. And then a south point, like 2/3 2/3 of this north point, which is ironically, I believe, how I have it with these black marks to signify, a bubble. I could take it a little, here, I'll just do it, hold on. So I can take this, right here's the south, so it's just going to resonate off each other and leave weird fields going on. For the most part, it's going to just kind of make a bubble. All the way around it, right? Now, mind you, I stated in the courts, red means technology. This is not the case when I'm talking about the universe, because we don't have enough technology to cover the universe besides in our brain. Not even the latest quantum computers can run and base themselves off of logical math that I have provided to the courts, which is the basis of 1 for eternity, 3 for eternity, and then 13 for eternity, forever and eternity, and then 5,000, I don't know, I don't have the math right in front of me. It's 5,000 something. Now, this is red due to the fields. So red can also be fields. Now, like I said, here's Antarctica, and we're the South Pole, and it's supposed to be like I said, about 2/3. So that is about 2/3 right there, after I drew it up. And if you want to get technical, it kind of like a bobber, a fish bobber. It's going to sit here and kind of bob, like swirl. This will also make storms, all kinds of things like that. Now, what I gather from what I bared witness to this year, up in the sky, astrologically, I watched 2 planets like that. When the moon got between them, you could see the light still from, whatever's behind the moon, or the light from the moon, or the sun, as you call it, whatever you want to say. And yeah, so ever since then, I don't know, I've been different. I'm not the same person. It's like God reached down, picked me up by my little head, because his hand's like ginormous, He controls the universe. He picked me up and started flicking me, and I was like, no, stop. And, tortured me for a second, and then we got over it. And then, you can't talk to a guy that big. He'll kind of blow you up with his voice, because his voice is so strong. Kind of like this guy trying to talk to you. That's the Mayan calendar and hieroglyphs, by the way. I just changed it from the pattern on what I have provided with the courts, because I don't have enough room. Now, with this said, if Antarctica is frozen, that means there's also like little pockets and holes through the fields, because what fields resonate negatively and positively with each other. We know this from science. It's the basis of science. So if you have a line going like that, and a line going like this, and then a line going, you're going to have little pockets of weird space. And I say weird space because you don't know. I can affirm with you, because this is why I brought up the mailbox at 123, 123, 123 and 23rd Street, because I specifically remember I walked there, I turn, the street goes and then cuts to the right. But where that mailbox is at now is not where it was the night I went to it. Like, it's confusing. So anyways, we're here, and you know what? So we're in Indiana, right? I'm gonna give it about right here is where Yellowstone, the magma pocket, is. Right about here. And due to what I saw and bear witness to, like I said, I watched like 2 planets, Mercury and Jupiter, from the 2023 Old Farmer's Almanac from the library here in Logansport. Like, it affirms that Jupiter and Mercury are the closest to the sun at this point in time. And I look up and see, like I said, that right there, 2 planets. And I even use reference of my hand to measure and do it, and it gets super weird on that one. Like, the mathematics behind it's stupid. I sat there and I can't believe it myself, and then made a little video explaining everything. And yeah, well, it all bases off of 1.33333333, or, you know, a third and a third and a third, or as I like to say, how do you make 100 out of 4 nines? How do you make 100 out of 4 nines? It's like, try any mathematical anything, and I promise you, you will not get it unless you just do this. Here, I'll even mark it green. Bam. You got 100. That's the only way to do that. Like, get out. Well, since it was 2/3 of the normal size moon, and then 2/3 of the normal size moon, since I believe in dimensions, and 2 depth and 4 depth perception, which we have, do we not, with our own naked eye? Which, by the way, I messed up earlier. That isn't 2 depth, it's 4 depth at the least. I believe it actually be 13 altogether. Well, 12 for the basics of just 2 eyes, and 13 for the people who can open their 3rd eye, which is inside and inside themselves, up in their brain. It's called the pineal gland. And when I bared witness to this, my pineal gland was open the whole time. Like, ever since then, it's been a constant flow with just info. The best way I can explain it to people is, like, okay, we've had videos, like, Joe Rogan has had a dude on his, many people on his show, to where he references them doing hallucinogens, and then them seeing and finding, like, little green alien elf-looking people that basically, like, contain all the knowledge there is. Now, we run off of waves. Everything runs off of waves. Our whole universe runs off of ultra super frequent waves. Like, everything's a wave. That's the basis of why I said I am with an inner field within myself that can make an electric and magnetic field on the outside of myself. And yeah, I just hit that wave when I seen it. That's it. Like, and ever since then, it's been really super getting weird, but it's okay. Now, I see this, so I watch 2 planets. I'm like in Indiana, so it's probably like right here. And then the moon get behind it. Now you notice how I did the green this time, and I only took me 2 moves, bang, bang, and then a squiggle. So 3 moves to do that, and there's 3 on here, and then there's a black mask there, and then I put blue lines for light, because there was light coming out of both sides once this hit the middle of those 3 lines, which is basically how I see myself and observe everything now. Is I have an eye, as I state an eye is, and how I see an eye at the current moment, and hopefully forever, is here. It also goes with wrinkles and how your forehead is actually set up as far as like your lines and whatnot. Okay, so I seen this. That means we're on a 4th dimension plane, because the ground is 4th. Ground's 4th. So we're on a 4-dimension plane upwards. If you have a 2-dimensional planet and a 2-dimensional planet getting in front of each other, and then the moon, which is also 2-dimensional, going behind it with the third to the third, it's going to pull and shift your planet's axis pretty dramatically. And I mean, a warning sign, I believe, could have been the volcano that blew up or exploded under the water. It blew up with enough force to move our axis. That, here in Cass County, I can recall seeing birds fly east. Not north, not south, east. They all flew east for some reason. It was like, where the hell are they going? And I know it's supposed to be bad omens or something like that back in the old days for that, so yeah. And like I said, I'll get to this in a second. It's not even all the way done. I gotta wait for this video to load. Yeah, this is Kinged Aquarius. Bang. Out. Oh, quantum biocoding with a W, my H, a U, and then, you know, all that craziness. Alrighty, I'm out. Thank you for anybody that's watching. Like and subscribe, please. Any help is better than no help. We're all in this together, right? It's a big boat with a lot of holes, but we're all in it together. I'm trying to help cap some of them. At least the important ones.